Welcome to Healing Breaths. This is an introduction of the work that we'll do for our spirituality and social work class. Spirituality and social work is about becoming aware of what it means to integrate spirituality into the treatment process for our clients so that they can use their spirituality and their religion as a resource. It's about gaining knowledge and skills and applying them so that our clients are best able to, in moments of suffering and despair, pull on the resource that matters most to them. My name is Dr. Sherry Harper Woods, and I'm a practicing Christian, and I pull hope from my spirituality, which is Christianity. I find comfort in receiving God's presence and His peace on days when I don't know what the answers are. Even when I feel sorrowful and I question, why me, why now? I take those questions to prayer. I found over the last 3 years, actually about the last 5 years, I've experienced some grief and hardship. Initially, my sister, about 4.5 years ago, my sister was only 40 years old, died from an unexpected heart attack, and right at the time when I was starting this job, writing a trauma class, and I was lost, and I saw a therapist, and we did breath work that I found healing, because the breath is always with you. It's a resource you can always take with you. So when I began to think about building this class for spirituality and social work, I wanted to offer you the gift of learning some breath practices, doing some for yourself so that you take healing time out. I also ended up losing 2 family members during COVID, and so grief came back, and I returned to breathing. And so I think the main concept that I want to share with you as I disclose just where I am in my life and what I've come through and how breath work and healing and spirituality has helped me to find trauma recovery resources is that the breath is always with us. We can always take a moment to breathe in and breathe out and allow gratitude and invite in joy and peace. And whether it's that you believe when you're inviting it, it's coming from God or a higher power or an ancestor, whatever your belief is, that's your belief. And for your healing process, I honor that for you. And I hope that these practices will help you to be able to hold that space, that non-judgmental space with a curious awareness for your clients so that you can help them tap into their spirituality and religion, whether it's the same or different. I've worked with Muslim clients, I've worked with Jewish clients, I've worked with Christian clients. Everyone had their own spirituality and their own beliefs, and I was able to hold this sacred space for them to find and wrestle with the meaning of suffering and walk with them on their path towards hope, healing, and health. It is my desire that you will do the same. These breathwork practices are also for you for self-care so that you can take a moment and breathe and tap into your best innermost self. I hope that during this time you'll realize that there's no right or wrong to do this. If you find that breathing in through your nose and out through your nose is good for you, or in through your nose and out through your mouth works best, whatever works for you, it's your practice. Take those moments, breathe how you feel fit. Always find yourself in an upright position. If you're sitting up or if you're laying down in a comfortable position laying down. When I sit up, I imagine that there's a string pulling me from the top of my head, and I try to settle in and own that posture right there in that moment. As I'm leading through these practices, your mind will wander, not may wander, it will wander. And when it does, just notice where it wanders to. Be present with that thought in that moment. No judgment, just a curious awareness. Let the thoughts come in and out like clouds. They're coming for a reason. If necessary, let them go. If needed, let them be. And if you want more of them, invite them to come. Breath work is the body's natural way of settling your nervous system. The polyvagal nervous system. Inhaling and exhaling keeps our body from going into that fight, flight, freeze, appease, unhealthy breath. We can use our breath, the breath of life in us, to regulate our emotions, our thoughts, and our responses. We hear people say, just breathe. And I've recognized that people going through trauma cannot sometimes just breathe. But through these practices, when we take time to learn how to breathe, when those moments come, we can just breathe. We can just take a healing moment, be present in that moment, allowing the breath of life to move in us and through us. Invite peace to come to that moment. So when I say just breathe, I don't say it nonchalantly as in you can breathe. I mean in this moment when you're choosing to just breathe, so that when later you need to just breathe, you've already built that working memory to do so. I hope that you enjoyed this time during this class for spirituality and social work. You'll have practices each week. Until next time, this is Dr. Sherry reminding you